beautiful people. I'm in a much better mood today, if you can't tell. And it's because I found my happy again. Tough thing to do. But I found my happy again. And it feels so good. So stinking good. So, I know last time I talked to you guys, I was getting ready to go see a counselor, which is going well. And we'll talk all about that. And I was trying to figure out how the heck to find my happy. I was in a not so great place, in a really bad place, as a lot of you were at the same time, and as a lot of you may be right now. And it was not fun. It was not fun in the least. But the way that I got out of that bad place and was able to go out in search of my happy and find my happy again was by taking ownership of where I was. It was no one else's fault in the world that I was having anxiety and was scared I was going to be overcome by depression, and that I was having negative thoughts all the time and was just wanting to cry and didn't know where to go. And I just didn't know. It was no one else's fault but my own, because at the end of the day, there are so many reasons, so many stinking reasons for us to just want to give up. To just say, you know what, I'm done, like I'm quitting the race. There's so many reasons out there for us to be overcome by sadness, by guilt, by anger, by resentment every single day. There's so many reasons and so many people that can create those negative emotions and feelings in us. But on the other end of things, there's so many reasons to be happy. There's so many reasons to be thankful, to be grateful, to be excited, to be enthusiastic, to be high on life. There's so many reasons. So you get to wake up every morning and choose whether you're going to allow the negatives to bring you down or the positives to build you up. And I've got to be honest with you, life is a heck of a lot better if you take the positive side of things and choose to slap a smile on and choose to be thankful and choose to be happy. Everything is so much easier. And don't get me wrong, there are some days and weeks and months when it's just stinking hard to do that. I get it. I was there. I've been there numerous times and super recently too, and it sucks. You just want to punch yourself in the face or punch someone else in the face. And your heart's breaking and your soul is darkened and you just don't know what you're doing. So I want to help you through that, and I want us to help each other, and I want to tell you how I got out of that place and found my happy again. Tea. I'm just kidding. Tea helped, but tea is not the only reason. Okay? So the first step is owning your emotions and owning where you're at. Owning the fact that you're sad because you're sad and no one else is making you sad. Owning the fact that you have this anxiety or depression and no one else is making you be anxious or depressed. Their actions may contribute to it, but you get to choose how you allow those actions to affect you. And you're the one that is allowing them to affect you in that way. So you've got to take ownership and responsibility for where you're at and the way you feel. That's the first step. And once you're able to go, okay, wow, I feel this way right now, but I'm the only one that can change that because I'm the one that feels this way. Right? So once you take ownership, you can take ownership for changing that. And you've got to realize, you have to realize that you have got to do something if you are going to get out of this place. If you are ever going to find your happy, you have got to go search for it. You have got to make that decision to change. You have got to want to climb out of this hole and go search for your happy because it's out there. It always is. I promise. So, how do you do that? Right? How the heck do you search for your happy when you don't even know what happy feels like anymore? Well, you remember. We all have memories. And I'm pretty sure you can remember back to a time or different periods of a time in your life when you were happy, you were ecstatic, you were high on life for days on end or weeks on end. What were you doing during those times? Who were you surrounded by? What were those people like? What were you doing on a daily basis? What were you doing first thing in the morning or last thing before you go to bed every single day? Try and remember some of those things and remember those actions that make you happy, that fill your heart up with joy. What is that? Maybe it's those nights when you would sit by the fire with a good book, or those evenings spent laughing with your best friend in the whole entire world, or going and treating yourself to an awesome cupcake at that delicious bakery nearby. Or maybe it's those days when you go outside and run a mile or 5 miles or whatever crazy distance you're able to do. Maybe it's reading that super pumped up inspirational book that you love. Maybe it's watching these awesome YouTube videos that just make you laugh until you pee your pants. But think of those things and make a list of them. Make a super long list. And the first thing you have to do is focus on you and focus on today to find your happy. So take that long list of all those awesome things that make you happy and fill your heart and your soul with joy and just light up your life. Light up your freaking life. Make a list of them. And making that list, I tell you, will make you happy in and of itself. Because it's going to make you smile and remember those good times and remember those memories, right? And once you've made that list, focus on you. This is your life. This is about you. This is about me. This is about today. This is about right now and getting from this moment to the next, to the next, to the next until I make it till tomorrow. And then I get to start all over again and wake up and choose happy and go from this moment to the next, to the next, to the next. And choosing to be happy in these tiny little moments again and again results in you being happy for an extended period of time and eventually finding you're happy again. So what I did was I made this long list of things that make me happy. Lady dates. I have some of the most awesome girlfriends in the whole entire universe, and I'm so stinking so stinking thankful and blessed to have them in my life. And my girls' nights and lady dates are seriously some of the most inspiring and happy, joy-filled moments ever. So I live very far away from a lot of my best friends now, but I can Skype them. I can pick up the phone and call them and talk to them for half an hour or an hour or 20 minutes or whatever I have time for. I can force myself to build the friendships here in my new home and set up a lady date over coffee, or ask one of them to come over and have a glass of wine or chocolate, or just come over for tea and talk. So lady dates were one thing that I loved doing that I knew made me happy. Another was just self-reflection time. At the end of every day, whether it was meditating or just reflecting on life or just having some quiet me time and reflecting on the day and taking counts of those things that I did that made me happy and happier, where I started to feel joy again, and what moments was I feeling anxiety still, and was I feeling this sadness overcoming me, and how can I make sure that tomorrow has less of those negative moments and more of those positive moments. Journaling is something else that makes me so happy. I don't care how angry or upset I am. If I sit down and write for 10 minutes, it's like I work through everything. It's like I figure out the secrets of the universe just by writing. Journaling makes me happy. Reading an awesome inspirational book makes me happy. Watching movies or YouTube videos that are just inspiring and full of awesome people that are full of love make me happy. Treating myself to just a hot cup of tea and a cute mug make me happy. Or a hot chocolate with whipped cream on top. The little things. These aren't big things. You don't have to write down the huge vacations you went on or the time you fell in love. What are the little things that make you happy every single day? Exercising. I always feel so much better once I exercise and I release these endorphins, and when I'm eating well. Truth be told, I could eat chocolate and crap every day, every hour of every day, for every meal, and love it. But my body feels like hell. And when my body feels like hell, my mind feels like hell, and it's just this ripple effect, and then I feel sad and feel depressed and more anxiety, and it's just this terrible, horrible circle. Whereas when I'm restricting the amount of bad foods that I'm allowing myself to eat and eating good, I feel so much better. Yeah, so those are pretty much the things on my list that I wrote. So I made some promises to myself. I said, Lauren, you're in this really bad place. And I do talk to myself like that sometimes. Kind of weird. Not really. Not really. So I said, Lauren, you're in this super bad place right now, and you've never been here before. You don't know how you're getting out, and you're really, really scared of where it could lead to. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to start making an effort to get the hell out of this bad place, to find your happy again, because you're a happy person. You can be a happy person. You can be a happy person every single day, but right now it's stinking hard to wake up and choose happiness. So you're going to start slowly infiltrating your life with happiness and positivity. And in doing so, it's going to make the choices so much easier. You're not even going to have to make a choice of whether or not you're happy or you aren't, because you're just going to be happy when you fill your life with happiness and joy-filled moments and positive moments. So I said I have to have one ladies' date at least once a week, whether that's a Skype date with a friend back home, picking up the phone and talking with them, or planning a physical in-person lady date with one of my new friends here in my new home. And I've been doing that. And I can't tell you how those lady dates bring these insane amounts of joy into my life. They do. The other thing I said that I was going to do was I was going to do like some self-reflection or meditation every single day. And I wanted to read the Bible more. So I've been doing that as well. I've also been trying to eat better. I've really been focused on that, eating foods that I know make me feel better, even if there's not a crap ton of sugar in them and I really crave sugar. I know that sugar doesn't make me feel better in the long run, so I've been trying to eat better, exercise more, because I feel so much stinking better when I exercise more, and reading a book that makes me happy. Reading makes me happy. It's almost just as good as enjoying a big chocolate sundae, and I can't even believe I said that. But just reading a little bit of kind of, one of those juicy filled books that's just like a good for you book. It doesn't necessarily make me a better person per se, but they just make me happy reading these awesome books, whatever it may be. It's my guilty pleasure. And so I told myself you're going to do those things daily and weekly, and you're slowly going to find your happiness again. And also seeing a counselor at least once a week or every other week. I've been doing all of those things, and I can tell you that I saw a drastic difference within 2 weeks after starting that. Even my boyfriend was like, oh my gosh, Lauren, I don't know how you came through that so quickly, but I just see this drastic difference. The person you are now isn't the person that you were a few weeks ago. And in chasing happiness and running towards happiness and forcing my life to be filled with more positive and happy moments and actions and thoughts resulted in me being happy. It's not a complicated equation. Focus on you. Focus on today, one day at a time. Make that long list of things that make you happy, that fill your soul with joy, that make your life shine bright. Make that long list and say, okay, I'm going to do 3 of these things every single day. When you wake up in the morning, decide what those 3 things are going to be. And do it consistently. Do it day after day. Do it week after week until your happiness comes back. You've got to find it. You can't sit around doing nothing, thinking negative thoughts, and expect your happy to come back, because it won't. You have to go find it. And you can do it. You are strong. You are amazing. You have not always been in this dark place, and you don't have to stay there. But the first step in getting out of there is choosing to no longer stay there, and to owning your emotions. Owning your emotions and taking responsibility for them allows you to take responsibility for getting out of that dark hole, and allows you to take responsibility for finding your own happiness, because you're the only one that can do it. No one else can do it for you. Not Prince Charming, not your best friend, not your boyfriend, not your mom, not your dad, not anyone. You are the only one that can find your happiness, and you've got to own yourself and your emotions in order to do so. So go make your list. Decide how many things. I say 3 is a good number. 3 of those things to do daily, as long as you keep consistent, is going to fill your life with happiness, and you may end up deciding that you want to do more of them because you start getting to a better place day after day after day, and then you're going to start realizing that you're doing these things unintentionally just because you're happier and you want to be doing them. And share with us what those things are. I told you what my things were. Share with us what you're gonna do to make you happy, and let us build you up and encourage you and hold you accountable for those things. So that's the first step in finding your happiness. Go at it. Spend this week really focusing on you, on the every single day, the present moment, and choosing happiness and choosing to fill yourself with positive words and thoughts and actions and joy-filled moments. And then I'll be back next week with the next step, because I hope that you all are at a much happier place come then, and we can move forward on, okay, I'm getting there. What's next? Okay, so focus on you, love yourself, remember what it was like to feel awesome and happy and on top of the world, and do those things that make you feel that way, and chase happiness. You've got to find your happiness, and I know that you can, because it's waiting for you out there. I love you, and I'm here supporting you the whole way, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Mwah.